Hello and welcome to Import CSV, Import Text. My name's Jeff, I'm glad you're here. Let's just jump right in. By the end of this short video, you'll see a very simple way to import CSV and text files right into Excel. Let's head to the first exercise, exercise 1. Let's say I have a CSV file stored in this location, and I want to get it into Excel. Currently, we have many options. For example, we could open it and copy paste. We could also use Power Query. Well, now we have a new option, a function. We can use the import CSV function to go retrieve the values from this file. Equals import CSV. Now I could type the full path and file name into this cell manually, enclosed in quotes, or I can just point it to the cell which contains the path information. And close function and enter. And now we got it. Awesome. And now that it's in Excel, we can take the next steps on this data, whatever that may be. Let's go to the next exercise, exercise 2. Now, in addition to import CSV, which focuses on comma-separated values, we can also import text files and specify the delimiter. To do that, we go with import text. And here, once again, we provide the path, comma, and now we have some additional arguments. For example, we can specify the delimiter. For now, I'm going to leave that out just so we can see what happens. Close function and enter. And now we can see this all comes in the same column because it doesn't know where the column breaks are because we didn't specify the delimiter. Let's go back and edit our function. We're going to define the delimiter as a comma and enter. And now it breaks it into the columns. Perfect. Now, in addition to those two arguments, there are some additional arguments. So let's take a look at those in the next exercise, exercise 3. All right, let's take a look at the additional arguments. First, let's take a look at import CSV. First, we provide the path, comma, and then we can see there are skip rows, take rows, and locale. So let's just check these out. First, let me just close the function and enter. Okay, now we have these values. Perfect. So let's do a comma, and let's go to the skip rows argument. This tells Excel how many rows to skip. For example, maybe we don't want this header row. So we'll skip the first row. Enter. And now we've got it. We can also skip from the end of the file by using negative numbers. Let's go with -1 and enter. And now as we can see, it left out that last row. And let's remove that. Now in addition to skip rows, we also have a take rows argument. And that's just the opposite. Skip rows is how many to drop or leave behind. Take rows is how many we want to keep. Let's say we only wanted the first row. We could take rows 1 and enter. And now we've got the header row. We can also go from the end of the file with negative numbers. So -1 will return the last row. And the final argument, locale, helps us set regional-based formatting. Now let's revisit import text. Here we'll give it the path. We'll specify the comma as the delimiter, enclosed in quotes. And once again, we see we have skip rows, take rows, encoding, and locale. So skip rows, we're going to skip the first row. Perfect. We could optionally specify take rows, encoding in case we need to specify the character set, and locale once again is for regional-based formatting. Cool. So now we have a new way to import text and CSV files right into Excel. So depending on what you're working on, these functions could come in handy. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Hey Excel user, if you ever need to create summary reports, check out my Pivot Table for Beginners video. It starts at the beginning and shows how to store the data transactions in a table and then how to summarize those transactions with a pivot table report. I hope it helps unlock the incredible power of pivot tables.
This video is a production of Excel University.